Hi everyone, Brian Custer from Showtime Championship Boxing had the opportunity to come to Dallas to the training camp of two world champions, Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence Jr., along with their Ring Magazine Trainer of the Year, Derreck James, and we had one hot discussion. Jermell, 2 years ago, you made the decision to join this camp. Tell me, how has Derreck James made you a better fighter than the day you came in here 2 years ago?
You know, it's a new city, new place, new everything, you know, new ring, new everything. Just had to make some adjustments. You know, hey, Jermell, you got to fight adversity. You got to have to dig deep into yourself. How much do you really love this? And that's when I got to myself and said, you know what? I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to make that transition, and here I am today.
Errol, when Derreck came to you and said, you know, I'm thinking about bringing Jermell in, what were your thoughts? You had one-on-one training for a long time. Was there any hesitancy, like, hey, coach, you know, I don't know about that?
Well, at first, Jermell had told me, he had asked me, he was like, man, I want to train with Derreck. And I was like, you know, come on. Like, me and Jermell been knowing each other since the amateurs. So we basically grew up together. So I was like, yeah, come on, man. Sometimes it gets boring. You get boring training by yourself, in the gym by yourself all the time. You're doing strength conditioning by yourself all the time, and it's just you. So now I got another world-class athlete who's also been my longtime friend. So, I mean, it's better now. He go through the pain with me, so it's cool.
So, Derreck, watching these guys train, watching these guys spar, it's high-level stuff. What exactly are you trying to get out of each one of them when they're in camp together and when they're sparring together?
The best. I mean, I look for perfection. I look for them to not make mistakes. I look for them to be able to capitalize on the other guy's mistake. I look for them hand position, eye position, everything. So I'm watching everything from the feet to, I mean, the jab they throw, everything. I never can count the rounds. He gets a little upset with me, Errol does, because he's like, but the action is so high and so good that you kind of get lost in it because it's so good. I mean, and so you got to get over that. Yeah.
How would you, Errol, describe sparring sessions with Jermell Charlo?
I mean, it's top level. I mean, like I say, iron sharpens iron. I mean, it's the best sparring I can get. You got another, you know, top level elite athlete that's also a world champion. And just getting that work, man, is awesome, man. It's the best work you can get. You don't get a lot of boxers sparring another top level athlete and just going tick for tack. And actually, y'all friends with each other, so y'all working on things too. But it gets real competitive, especially, you know, when somebody get hit hard, or, you know, at first we going light, and then somebody get cracked or something. It's like, oh, all right.
So it's on now.
Yeah, it's on now. So.
That's good. Jermell, so it wasn't like you were sparring in the past with some stiffs. I mean, you were sparring with your brother. You were sparring with Landy Lara. How is it different training and sparring with Errol Spence?
Well, see, the level of competition has always been there, yeah. But now it's almost like I'm in a real doghouse. Like, I feel like this is not a spa. This ring, this gym, the intent. Like, I used to come to camp just saying, okay, I'll come to camp and get in shape. Nah, that's not the way to do it here. I realized that you cannot come sparring and training with Derreck James halfway in shape. You literally got to be in tip-top shape. So year round, I'm trying to be in shape because he don't stop training, he don't stop sparring, he go all the way through. So now I'm to that level where I already understand that, I see what's going on, and like he says, it's when we get closer to the fight, you get closer to our focus there, our mind is there. It's no games, you know, and it's 100. It's like the best thing that we can get for each other.
Errol, what have you think you've done to make Jermell Charlo a better fighter now that you guys have been training and sparring together? And conversely, what do you think he's done to help you to make you a better fighter?
Basically, I mean, it's really, you know, keeping each other sharp. I mean, you know, we train hard, we stay focused in the gym because we know Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday we're gonna have to spar each other. So it's like, man, I better stay sharp. I better keep working, keep running, keep doing everything at the top level, because, you know, Monday, Wednesday, you know, Saturday or Thursday, you know, we're gonna have to spar each other, and everything's gonna come to light if you haven't been working or you haven't been doing what you're supposed to do. So it just keeps you on your toes, keep you sharp, keep your tools, you know, on point.
So, Derreck, how has Errol improved working with Jermell, and how have you seen Jermell improve working with Errol?
I think that, first of all, is both of their focus. Not that Errol's not more focused spawn with the other guy, heavier guy, Adrian Taylor. I think that, but with him spawn with Jermell, everything has to be perfect. From the punches you throw to snapping it out and getting it back because Jermell's counter-punching, to Jermell doing the exact same thing, throwing a punch if it's getting too wide or getting too long. I'm going to let him know. Make sure you block it or set back up to be ready to counter and throw another shot. So they both keep each other on their toes because of the high level and the high intensity of the work. I mean, and they're both striving for perfection. So what you see is two guys striving for perfection and doing just about everything right.
You've been very vociferous about wanting the big names in welterweight. You've called out Sean Porter, you've called out Danny Garcia's, you've called them all out. Are you surprised none of them have called you out?
You know, someone's always calling me out when they already have a fight lined up. I mean, when they have nothing to do or after a fight, you know, no one calls me out and asks and says, you know, I want to fight Errol Spence Jr. next. So, you know, it's not surprising. I mean, it's kind of flattering because that means that, you know, what I've been doing in the ring, you know, they've seen that I've been, you know, performing at a high level, you know, giving, you know, terrific performances, and that means a lot that they're not calling me out because that means I've been doing my thing. Because if they was calling me out, or everybody wants to fight me, that means I've been looking bad, I've been taking punishment, and everybody want a piece of me. So it's kind of a gift and a curse that they're not calling me out.
I really love the shirts that Derreck has on that your camp has kind of come up with, Charlo Spence unifying the division in 2018. Are you confident you can unify the division and have 2 belts by the end of 2018?
I mean, I'm more confident in just becoming an undisputed champion, not just 2 belts. I feel like I can get all of them. We definitely can have it done by this year. Same as with Errol. You know, we all trying to get the titles. Right now, Errol is on a massive path. I'm on a super massive path as well. I'm trying to go unify the division. So I'm gonna take that chance and take that risk. I'm gonna do what I can. Jerry Hurd is not, he beat one of the best fighters at our weight. I wanted to fight with Jerry Hurd before he even fought Erislandy Lara. So it's kind of like, y'all hearing it. I've been saying I wanted that fight. That doesn't change. Erislandy Lara could have won a fight, and I still would have did the same thing. So I have a goal, and that's what keeps me hungry in the sport. The world titles are there, the bank is there. So all we got to do is just continue to train hard, listen to our coach, and stay grounded.
You know, Jared Hurd is the unified champ at 154. In your opinion, who's the best fighter at 154?
I'm the best fighter at 154, hands down. I come with everything, the full package. They'll see that by the end of this year, the world of boxing will know that Charlos could domain in any one of the weight classes around light middleweight and middleweight.
Errol, I want you to be objective. Best welterweight right now at 147.
I mean, I'm the best welterweight at 147. I mean, I'm calling out the top guys. You know, I'm the one who went overseas and took the belt from, you know, arguably at that time he was the best welterweight in the division. That was Kell Brook. I mean, he had beat Sean Porter and came overseas and beat him. So, I mean, I feel like I'm the best welterweight in the division. I feel like I dethroned, you know, Kell Brook. You know, wouldn't anybody who wants to step up, I'm willing to fight them, whether they don't have a belt or they do have a belt. You know, if they're a top 5 opponent, you know, I'm willing to prove that I'm the best because I'm willing to rule with an iron fist.
Are you confident that you can unify titles by the end of the year?
I don't know about unifying because, you know, Danny Garcia and Sean Porter still have to fight each other, and Keith Thurman, he's out. And Terrence Crawford being across the street, you know, so I can't promise that it's going to happen this year, but it's going to happen next year.
You can give a unique perspective. At 154, at 147, where do you see those guys? Where do they rank?
I think, from my perspective, I think they're the best, even though, I mean, it's like they're my guys, so what else should I say?
Right.
But from a boxing teacher and trainer's perspective, I think they are. I mean, I like Jared Hurd. I think he's a good fighter. I think he's a good guy. I mean, all the other guys, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, and the other guy across the street, I like him too. But I like my guys better. I think they're more technically sound. And I watch boxing and I watch these guys, and I think what we're doing, nobody else is doing. I mean, it's not so much about the natural athleticism that gets them victory. It's It's about their technique, their skill, and everything else. And on top of the fact that they're very great naturally athletic fighters, it helps them.
And we dominate. I mean, who else been getting knockouts like us? I mean, we've been dominating top level competition.
Jermell, there are good fighters, really good fighters, special fighters. What is Errol Spence?
He's definitely a special fighter. You know, great fighter. You know, he right now at 147, and I fought at that weight before. With the power that he has, the uniqueness, the style, the skill level, great feet. You know, and that's something I feel like has improved. When I came to camp, his head movement was sly and short. You know, now it was short. Now it's like his head movement is A1. Body, his feet, everything is just come together. And that made him, now that he won a world title, he's invested into himself. And I could tell, I could see it. You know, I used to ask him, man, what do you do? How you get this? You know, he was real quiet about it. You know, and I think now is the world is seeing what I've been seeing. You know, the guy got power. He got power like a 160-pounder. You know, and I'm in it with it every day. And I'm a strong fighter myself. But because of the fact that he quiet with it, it's just almost like it's unreal. And that's what makes him a special fighter.
Hold on.
No, it's a real shit though.
I love it. So that goes to my question then to you, Errol. What separates Errol Spence from the rest?
Just, you know, my grit and my hunger. You know, I'm willing to do what it takes to win. Whatever it takes to win, I'm willing to box. If I have to go into the lines then, or if I go into that fire, I'm willing to go into the fire too. So I think it's my grit, you know, basically my calmness, my composure. You know, even if somebody's throwing punches, you know, I'm composed, I'm just blocking, or I'm slipping, or I'm still in there thinking. So it's just my composure, my all-around ability, my all-around natural ability, my all-around talent, and just a lot of stuff that my coach instilled in me with always staying composed. And, it's not a 5-round fight, it's not a 6-round fight. It's a 12-round fight, so you can go ahead and turn the pressure up all you want, but I'm going to break you down and I'm going to beat you.
Errol, you're already on the pound-for-pound list, one of the best fighters in the world. How much does it matter to you to be considered pound-for-pound the best fighter in the world?
It matters a lot. I mean, that's the top. I mean, when you pound-for-pound #1, that means you're that guy in boxing. So as soon as I can get these names in the ring, you know, my stock is going to rise. You know, my pound-for-pound level is going to rise. You know, hopefully, you know, when I get the big names and get the WBC belt and get the other belts, you know, I will be #1 pound-for-pound. So, man, it's a lot of people salivating for me to be #1 pound-for-pound. So, just got to get the top guys in the ring to show my ability and show my skills, and I definitely will be pound-for-pound after next year.
How have you seen these guys change as a fighter in and out of the ring since they become champions?
Well, I think that so much about the movement, things that you couldn't do or you can do when you were a champ or not a champ. I mean, and Errol's always quiet. You know, Jermell has a lot more life to him, and I think that hadn't changed. But I think that when he's in the gym, he's focused, and he's a practical joker. He cracks joke all day long. Jermell does. And, you know, Errol is really, he's going to make him laugh because he's funny. But I think the change has been that the focus. Even when, like, sparring be rough or tough and they spar somebody else, it's washed off. It's the focus, man. Them being able to dial everything out and go get whatever they want and desire. And that's a key element, I believe, in them being successful. And I've seen them do it, and they do it over and over every day.
How do you think you've changed since you've become a champion?
I mean, basically, you know, got more mature definitely, but I mean, nothing really changed with me, really. I tasted, you know, success and, you know, tasted that, so I basically want more. I mean, it made me hungry, it made me want it more, and I, you know, realized, you know, what my goal is in plain sight, and it's right there. So it just keeps me hungry, keeps me more focused, and keeps me training harder because, you know, it's different when, you know, when you first start out, you know, and you dreaming about something, and it's, you know, far away and it's in the distance, but, you know, it's a bigger difference when it's right there in front of you behind the glass and you're looking at it and all you gotta do is walk right there inside the entrance. So, I mean, it's right there staring me right in the face. So, you know, it's time to go get it. That's why my focus is 100% because I can literally see it like right there.
Jermell, how do you think you've changed since you become a champion?
Well, you know, I've been more vocal. You know, we get a lot of doubt, a lot of hate. I'm a twin, you know, so being that I'm a twin, they just, which one is always better? Who's the better fighter? Who's this and that? Now we added the third edition to the Lions Den, and we got another champion, and they definitely, I mean, I get backlash from everything, you know, and so I don't care. I keep doing me, you know, and they're gonna let them keep talking. But now I'm talking. Now I'm more vocal. So I was Mr. Keep Running Your Mouth, and I'm Mr. Run Your Mouth and Run Up. You know, so who cares? You know, who cares? I love it. I love the fact that I'm a world champion now. I've been a champion for 2 years, almost going on 3 years. So this is something that I dreamed of. We both dreamed of. So, like we said, we grew up in the amateur together, and now we got a coach that's trainer of the year. I'm not on the pound for pound list. You know, and and it's not a problem with me. I got something to fight for. I'm hungrier now. You see, I want both of us to be up there. I want all of us to be up there. And when I mean all of us, I'm talking me, my brother, and Errol.
Yeah.
You see.
My last question for you, Derreck, is have we seen the best of these guys? How much more improvement can these guys make in the ring?
Well, I think that we haven't seen the best. We haven't even touched the surface, really, because it's not that they need to get any better. It's that once they're in there with better opposition, each fighter is going to bring something out that everybody needs to see. And we haven't had that fighter yet to bring everything out. But I mean, the Lubin knockout, people thought it was a fluke. It was perfect. We worked on that particular shot over and over again. So it's a lot that the world has to see. And I think if they've been impressed with what they've seen thus far, when they get everything out, it's going to be amazing.
When it's all said and done and you hang up your gloves, what do you want them to say about Errol Spence Jr.?
Man, I want them to say, you know, of course, you know, I was a great fighter, awesome fighter, special fighter, but I want them to also say he always put his heart and soul into it. You know, he fought the best. He never ducked any opposition. You know, he was a class act. You know, I want to be, you know, mentioned like the way Sugar Ray Leonard was mentioned and things like that. So I just want to be mentioned, you know, at the top level and be mentioned by doing great things and doing great things in the ring and outside the ring. You know, so you know, hopefully I'll be mentioned as an all-time great. I'll be mentioned with the likes of Sugar Ray Leonard and Floyd Mayweather and Tommy Hearns and De La Hoya. When you mention those names, you know, they mention, you know, my name too in them sentences. That's what I want. That's what I want out of my career. I want to be a legendary night.
Jermell, when it's all said and done, how do you want to be remembered?
One of the best twins to ever do it. You know, I learned from these guys. They humble. Sometimes being humble is not a bad thing, but being excited and happy and confident. And I think that's what, you know, you're gonna get from the twins from now on. We love where we come from and we love what we've been through. And, you know, legendary twins. I made history before, so now it's just about keeping the legacy clean.
Both of you guys, Texas tough.
Oh,
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Something different, man.
Texas strong.
It's heat. You see them we spar, I mean, it's something different. It's humid, it's hot, and that's where you get that grittiness from, man. You got to fight against the element too. You're not only fighting against your opponent, you're fighting against, you know, the elements. It's humid, it's hot. You get that grittiness when you come out here. That's why they say a lot of Texas fighters are tough.
Right.
I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.